Greetings, Slackers. It's February 24th, 2017, and I'm over here on the New York Post with another article I want to share with you. And this one's a real interesting one, and it's about this teen girl, very attractive, but she's charged with lying about being raped by college football players. And this is by Joshua Rhett Miller. Goes on to state here that two college football players who were suspended from their team last year and saw their scholarships revoked after rape accusations have been cleared by police after authorities say their accuser recanted her story. Nikki Yavino, 18, of South Saticat, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but that's in New York, has been charged with second-degree falsifying, reporting an incident, and tampering with or fabricating physical evidence in connection to an incident at a Sacred Heart University football party in October, the Connecticut Post reports. When pressed about inconsistencies in her original statement, Yavino admitted that she made up the rape allegations against the two football players in hopes of gaining sympathy from another man, a prospective boyfriend, according to an arrest warrant affidavit. Let me repeat that again. Yavina admitted she made up the rape allegations against the two football players in hopes of gaining sympathy from another man. I'm going to come back to that in the end. Police said Yavino told them on October 15th at a hospital where they responded for a sexual assault complaint that she attended a Sacred Heart Football Club party the night before at a house on Lakeside Drive in Bridgeport. Investigators said Yavino claimed two men pulled her into a bathroom in the basement of the house and held her down, taking turns sexually assaulting her, the Connecticut Post reports. Quote, "I don't want to be in here. I don't want to do anything." Police says she claims she told the men, quote, "My friends are waiting for me outside. Let me go outside." Both men admitted having sex with Yavino, but claimed it was consensual. Bridgeport police detective Walberto Cotto Jr. later questioned Yavino after other students said it appeared Yavino went into the bathroom willingly with the two men. One student, according to the arrest warrant affidavit, said he overheard Yavino telling the men she wanted to have sex with them. Quote, "She admitted that she made up the allegations of sexual assault against the football players because it was the first thing that came to mind and she didn't want to lose another male student as a friend and potential boyfriend." She stated that she believed when the other male student heard the allegation, it would make him angry and sympathetic to her, according to the affidavit. Another point to come back to. Mark Sherman, Yavino's attorney, said he had not yet been provided with the police reports and video footage pertaining to the case, but told the Post he expects Yavino to plead not guilty to her arraignment on March 3rd. Quote, "The details of what happened here will come out at the appropriate time during the court process," Sherman wrote in an email. Yavino, who was released after posting $5,000 bond, faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted on the tampering charge, a felony, the Connecticut Post reports. Sacred Heart officials declined to provide information about specific students, including the identities of the two former football players and whether they will be reinstated by the university, citing federal privacy laws in a statement to the Post. Quote, "However, I can say that the facts as presented in the Connecticut Post article you are referencing are not entirely accurate," University spokeswoman Deborah Nowak wrote in an email. Quote, "Whenever there is any kind of incident at Sacred Heart University, we go to great lengths to ensure due process for all parties involved. The way that this particular case is playing out certainly demonstrates the validity of our procedures." Nowak also declined to indicate whether Yavino was a current or former student at the university. Her Facebook page identifies her as a psychology and pre-med student at the Sacred Heart University in Suffolk County Community College. Now, I hate to say this disparagingly, but let me just throw it out there. A lot of young women are psychologically manipulative, okay? They already have that down. And so for her to be going to school for psychology is like a double whammy, okay? She would have an edge over the average male and be very sophisticated in number one, the expression of her emotions and the portrayal of her feelings. As she indicated up here, she stated that she believed the other male student heard the allegation and it would make him angry and sympathetic to her. So she's already a skilled player, okay? She already knows how to play the game. She knows how to elicit sympathy from people, as well as she didn't want to seem like, a slut or a woman who was fast, which is pretty common on some of these college campuses. I mean, women go to these colleges, and once they get plied with alcohol, it doesn't always have to be a roofie is slipped into the drink, but they willingly drink, and hey, they get consumed by that spirit. That's what they're called, spirits, right? So they get wrapped up in it, and then before you know, they end up engaging in some activity that they come to later regret after they become sober. So if you are any young college males out there, this is something that you'll want to be advised of, that some of those women on your college campus you need to steer clear of, okay? You see them drunk at a party, stay away from them. You don't want to play into it. If you want to get to know them and be their friend, fine. I know that that's a little hard because you might have sexual feelings yourself, and so you may want to be sexually engaged. But at the same time, you're playing with your life here, because it's nothing for a woman to make up rape allegations and gain sympathy from others. And guess what? Look at these two football players. They were suspended, they had their careers ruined because this young woman here, knowing how to play and manipulate feelings of, she didn't want to appear like a slut, but other people had corroborated that, hey, she went into it. She looked like she was willing to go through with it. And you have a lot of women who go to these college campuses, and to get with these different frat boys, or to get with someone who's a upperclassman, they'll submit to all kinds of behavior just to gain favor. This happens. This is reality. So I'm just putting that out there. Also, how this ties into online dating. Women like this might be on a dating app, i.e., Tinder or Plenty of Fish. You might see them and be like, oh, I know her. I know I've seen her on campus somewhere. And you talk to them or whatnot. And so, hey, that's how you get to know them. But one of the things you want to do is definitely slow down your engagement, and you want to measure the person. You want to see what they're talking about. You want to see where their head is at. You want to see where they're going. If it's all about the hookup, okay, let's just skip the small talk and just hop into the bed. But if it's not about that, see where they're coming from. Because if not, you can end up in a situation where your life gets ruined. But that's just my thoughts and opinions on the matter. What are yours? Leave those down in the comment section. And as always, until next time, that's going to do it for this article and this video. I'll catch you in the next one.